Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Pwn here. I'm bringing you guys some COD 4. I told you guys I'm going to switch it up, do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Tonight, I'm not sure if I'm going to get you guys up on Modern Warfare 2 or if I'm actually going to be able to start up the Pirates of the Caribbean walkthrough. Like, as always, I always put the first video on the main channel here to get you guys aware of what's going on, and then the rest of them will be on the secondary channel. But as you guys could tell, I'm adjusting this gun right here. I believe this is the MP5. I really, many people always tell me that, you know, the try hard. I remember Blade putting out a tweet a little while back in COD 4. I wish all the scrubs didn't use any gun that started with an M. So I'm like, MP5, M16. I know how the M16 is. That thing is just, that's dirty, nasty. That's a sin. So basically, you know, I wanted to give this gun a try because I see a lot of my buddies using it. I see my good friend Fearcrats. He's always rocking it with the red dot sight. And I'm always like, well, let's give it a try. And I wanted to try something a little different. So I went ahead and got it out. And I think I've got the silencer on it. So, you know, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to stick it to close quarter combat. I'm going around, I'm flanking them like you've been seeing. It's all been heads up battle, short range fights. So it's actually been okay for this gun. The downfall with this gun though is with distance when you've got the silencer on. It's balls awful. I don't know what it is about this gun. Some people told me, I don't know if they said it was this gun or it was the G3 or something with the silencer. It actually doesn't affect the range or something like that. And I need me one of those. I don't know what it is, but I actually kind of like this gun with the silencer. It's not my go-to gun. The P90 is probably a little bit better. You know, there's probably tons of different guns that have a silencer that are better than the MP5, but it did the job. I think this turns out to be like a 38 and 4 or something like that. And I was just tearing up the spawn. You do what you can to get in there. You get in, you get out, and then you get spawned on, and then you get lucky. High five. So that's what it comes down to. And it's just opportune timing. So many of these videos, that's what I was talking about on my last hour, on the video I just did for Respawn. So much of these video games is luck. I'd say a good 20-25%, at least a fourth of what goes on is luck. It's who's spawning where. And then, you know, I'd say it's about 75% skill. You got to predict where they're coming. I could tell right now that I'm afraid to rush back towards that spawn because I know they're going to be right over where I was looking. So I'm hesitant as towards where they're spawning. I'm noticing where my guys are, and I know in COD 4 it's a little more difficult to flip spawns. I mean, it's like a sensitive barrier in all the other Call of Duties. If you like tiptoe past it, you know, they are like, fuck it, I'm going to pick a new home base, and that's what it is. And in COD 4, it takes a lot more effort to actually flip spawns than anything, whether it's COD 4 like TDM or if it's domination or what it is. So sticking together and finding the right way to play is the best thing to do. A lot of it's luck, and then you've got the partial skill. I say 25% luck, being at the right place at the right time, not getting fucked over by spawns. Then you got things that are, I think, 25%, you know, skill when it comes down to paying attention to your surroundings, knowing when to toss a concussion grenade just to be safe, knowing when to go prone, like right here, getting the reload in, just being aware of your surroundings. You know, some people could have just stood there, reloaded, crouched or something, not knowing that barrier was there, tossing the stun just in case, paying attention to that radar, using the UAV. I'd say 25% of the skill comes from doing something like that, and then you've got probably a good half of it is gun work. And then you've got like teamwork involved in there. I mean, a lot of this game is about skill, but when people put up crazy numbers, a lot of it is luck. I mean, in all honesty, I can't say that I'm a fucking monster because of, you know, I'm just 100% skill. I'm a sexy god. I can't say that. A lot of it is opportune timing. Many people are like, oh yeah, man, he's the best Call of Duty player I've ever seen. Have you seen him? Did you see that triple kill he got the other night? Yeah, shooting is a good part of the game. I mean, obviously that's how you kill people. But I find that a lot of skill is actually in communication, teamwork, and knowing your surroundings. I think that's the great thing is, you know, it helps to have a great shot. I think I've got a good reaction time, even though I play on default sensitivity. Everything's default in all the games I play. I still have a pretty good reaction time, and I'm pretty good at predicting where the enemy's going to be. And it just comes with experience. That's not something I can teach you guys. That's something that comes with experience. So, you know, what it comes down to is even if you don't have a great Call of Duty kind of aim or shot or anything like that, one thing you can do to become a better player is start paying attention. Start using those concussion grenades. So many people die. I use like 6 to 10 of them a game sometimes in a domination game. Sometimes I'm just so rush mode, don't care, and I don't use any. But if your game is slacking and you want to improve, start just pre-tossing concussion grenades around the corner. It slows them. They can't keep up with you. Just run through and just tear them up. I mean, there's so many things you could do to amplify your game and your kill-death ratio and your success rate. And the surroundings is probably the best way to do it. And that's something you have to learn yourself. And that's what I encourage you guys to do. That UAV and the radar is the best thing you guys can have to your advantage. And then it's experience, knowing where they're going to spawn. Pay attention to where your guys are. I see all my guys around me. I hear gunshots. You got to do what you can to pay attention to the surroundings, because if you can predict where they're going to be, what's your shot going to matter? Come around from behind them, hit them from the flank. It's just like what I did at the start. I mean, like when I came around that corner and hit the two guys that were in the corner, not many people would have run right down the middle street and cut around. But I was predicting that there were going to be two people hiding there. I was putting at a risk that somebody might get me from the alleyway or from above, but it was worth the risk. And it's predicting, you know. I think there's at least two guys there. I saw a couple guys die. Odds are there's only one guy that could possibly get me, but he'd have to be in the right place at the right time. Luck, like I said. So, you know, the best chance to actually amplify your game is to pay attention to your surroundings a little more. Too many people I see. I did a study one time on Terminal. I played the game, a game on Terminal where I did nothing but run around behind people shooting. Yeah, just shooting up in the air, unsilenced MP5, and just running around shooting up in the air, and it took them like 8 seconds to turn around and kill me. I went through like 3 reloads. Sometimes they would even turn around, and that just goes to show how often people neglect and don't pay attention to their radar. That is like the biggest mistake most people make. If you want to just help yourself out a little more, start using those concussion grenades. Surroundings is everything in these games. Everything, guys. If you can predict where they're going to be, or even have an idea where they're going to be, pay attention to that UAV, you've got the advantage. So then you can aim down sight, prepare for them, wait for them. You put yourself in a better position to be successful. So that's my talk. That's my little preach for you guys right now. I'll have another gameplay up for you guys tonight. I should, at least. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think is the most underestimated thing that people do. What are the things that people make the most mistakes for that could really in turn help them if they learn to control it? Get back to me, guys. Let me know what you think.